The walls weren't made of metal. They were made of light. Lines of glowing energy boxed us in, humming like distant thunder. Every time one of us tried to touch the edge, it flared white-hot and pushed us back. We were told we were captives of the Solari Dominion, a race that looked half human, half starlight. They'd taken us from our colony ship, chained us inside what they called a containment cradle. But it wasn't just imprisonment. Every day they scanned us, our blood, our cells, even our dreams. Machines read our emotions like open books. Some screamed, some prayed. I just stared at the endless blue ceiling and wondered why they hadn't killed us yet. Then she came. Tall, silver-skinned, eyes like liquid mercury. Not cold, not cruel. Curious. She said her name was Lysara. "You are not prisoners," she told us in perfect English. Voice soft but commanding. "You are anomalies. Your kind shouldn't exist." Our captain, Reyes, spat on the floor. "We're humans, not lab rats. You kidnapped us." Lysara tilted her head, studying him. "No, Captain. We rescued you. From yourselves." The others shouted, cursed, demanded release. But I saw something flicker behind her calm. Sorrow. That night, when the lights dimmed and the others slept, a soft shimmer appeared by my cell. Lysara stood there again, whispering through the barrier. "You think you are captives," she said. "But if we let you go now, your world will end within days. We're not your jailers, Kai. We're trying to save you." And then she vanished, leaving me with a single thought pulsing through my mind. Save us from what? The next morning, the ship trembled, and we saw Earth burning in the distance. Through the transparent hull, we watched blue turn to black. Earth, or what was left of it, floated in silence, half shattered. Whole continents missing. Clouds gone red. The Solari ship hovered near orbit, surrounded by thousands of silver constructs. It looked like a fleet of angels guarding a corpse. "Impossible," Reyes whispered. "That's not real. That's a simulation." But Lysara appeared beside us again, and with one motion of her hand, she projected the live quantum feed. There it was, time-stamped, verified, raw. Earth wasn't dying. It was gone. She turned to me specifically. "Now, do you understand why you were brought here?" I didn't answer. None of us could. We were too broken by what we saw. Lysara explained. "Your species triggered a cascade weapon, a planetary entropy reactor. It was not your choice, but your leaders. It consumed your oceans first, then your air. So why us?" I managed to ask. "Why take us?" "Because you're immune," she said simply. "Your DNA shows resistance to entropy spread. You're the last viable pattern of your species." Her words hit like thunder. We weren't captives. We were samples. Not prisoners. Remnants. But as she spoke, the ship shuddered violently. Sirens wailed in that alien tone again, high and harmonic, like singing through a storm. Lysara froze, her eyes flashing with light. "They found us," she whispered. "Who?" Reyes demanded. Lysara turned slowly, fear crawling into her perfect face. "Those who built your weapon. The architects of collapse, and they are coming to finish what they started." The next sound we heard wasn't thunder. It was the sound of space itself screaming. The stars blinked out, one by one. Outside, enormous shadows passed, shaped like serpents made of glass and darkness. Each one swallowed light, leaving trails of distortion behind. "The architects," Lysara said. "They devour timelines." The Solari fleet moved like silver arrows, forming a shield around us. Energy flares lit the void, colors no human eye was meant to see. Every explosion folded space in on itself, rippling like liquid mirrors. Reyes barked. "If they're that powerful, how are you supposed to fight them?" "We're not," Lysara answered. "You are." She gestured toward me. A device appeared. A crystalline gauntlet humming with blue fire. "This will merge with your neural field," she said. "You carry the pattern of resistance, the anomaly your kind created by accident. Only you can stabilize the rift core." I stepped back. "I'm not some hero. I'm a mechanic, not a soldier." "You're human," she said. "That's enough." Before I could answer, the hull ruptured. A dark tendril shot inside, a living filament of nothingness. It touched the floor, and metal turned to ash. Lysara raised her hands and sang. Sang. Her voice became a weapon. Light poured from her throat, striking the tendril, holding it back. Go! She screamed. Take the core to the heart of the ship. I grabbed the gauntlet and ran. Behind me, her light flickered, and her song broke mid-note. When I turned, she was gone, swallowed by shadow. Her final words echoed in my head. Remember, you're not the captive. You're the cure. I ran through corridors made of pure energy, following the pulsing in my wrist. The gauntlet burned against my skin, showing flashes of memory, not mine, but hers. Lysara's life, her homeworld, her fall. The core was inside a chamber that floated in midair, a sphere of shifting light. It was dying, collapsing under the weight of the attacking darkness outside. When I reached it, the voice in my head wasn't human anymore. Kai of Earth, it said. Do you choose to anchor the core? What does that mean? I gasped. It means you will not return. For a moment I thought of the others, Reyes, the crew, the lives lost below. Then I thought of Lysara's eyes, how she looked at us not as captives but as hope. I choose, I whispered. The gauntlet flared, merging with the core. Light poured through me, every nerve turning to fire. My thoughts expanded. I saw timelines branching like rivers. Earth unbroken, humans still breathing. The architect's shadows lunged toward the ship, but the core pulsed outward, sending a wave of light so powerful it tore them apart molecule by molecule. Then everything went white. When I woke, I wasn't in the ship anymore. I was standing on a field of glowing grass under a violet sky, and beside me stood Lysara, or maybe just a memory of her. You did it, she said softly. You saved more than one world. I looked at my hands, still glowing faintly. Where are we? Between endings, she said. The others are safe. But you and I, we are the link now. And as she took my hand, the sky cracked open again, revealing another Earth waiting to be reborn. The new world looked like ours, but younger, clean, quiet. There were no cities yet, just wild forests, silver rivers and skies untouched by war. Lysara stood beside me, watching the horizon. We've anchored this place in the continuum, she said. A second chance for humanity. I looked at her, still unable to believe. So we're gods now? She smiled sadly. No, we're gardeners. You will seed this world with life, and one day they will call you their ancestor. I realized what she meant. I wasn't going back, but none of us were. The crew would awaken here thinking they'd been rescued. And maybe that was the truth. But Lysara, she was fading. You can't stay? I asked. My form was never meant for this plane, she said, touching my face with a trembling hand. But part of me will remain. In your species, in the spark that defies extinction. Her body turned to light, breaking into 1,000 streams that drifted into the sky. One strand wrapped around my heart like a warm current, and her voice whispered one last time. They called you captives, but remember, you were the ones doing the saving. I stood there for a long time, watching dawn rise over the new Earth. The others would wake soon. They would rebuild, rediscover, rename everything, and someday, when the stars looked down on them, maybe they'd remember a woman made of light who saved them, by teaching them what it really meant to be free. Closing line. They said we were the last survivors of a doomed world. But truth is, we were the first saviors of the next one.